agenda, which is fantastic. We have some bills to sign, payroll, and we have 2 visitors. Sandra,
Yes.
Gabby, did you meet Karen? Joyce?
I'm Karen.
And Philip.
Nice to meet you.
So, do you have questions about what we do, what our procedures are, anything?
No, I think it's I'll learn as I go.
And we meet once a month, second Wednesday of every month. Sometimes we need to, very rarely, we meet another time during the month, but that's usually if there's, I had some hot something for dinner and it's now in my throat.
It's attacking me.
We have, if somebody applies, we have 21 days to hold a hearing. And I always send a note and say, would you mind, if they get it in on time, I'll send an email and say, would you mind if we held the hearing on this day, which is longer than the requirement, and they have to reply in writing. And so usually we get away with that. Sometimes somebody says, this is really sort of it's urgent, we would appreciate that. When is that last time that we actually had that situation? I can't even remember, like years. Because usually people get the application in at the hairy last minute, and we don't have that issue unless they are so whatever. And then sometimes we have an urgent issue that we just need to close up and we have a meeting, but we did a couple this year. But that's also rare too. If somebody submits an application, depending on what it's for, we often do a site visit. Everybody's not required to go, but it's always useful to take a look at what the site is and then look at the plans and then find the relevant sections of the handbook and read up on it so you understand what the regulations are and how to vote on it. The language is thick, it's pretty dense, but after a while you get used to it. It's reading legalese.
Yep.
And what is your background, Gabby?
So I'm a speech pathologist.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's
I
right.
worked in elementary school, but I grew up in a small town. My mother's on my hometown's conservation committee, and I've helped her walk trails and clean up with her, and I've heard about her meetings, and I work with children.
Yeah, nice.
But I, partake in a lot of meetings. I have read countless legal documents, so it's something I'm pretty used to. I also own a business in town, so I had to go through the special permit
Oh yeah.
whole deal and redeed my house, so it could be a business address too. So I had to read a lot of legal paperwork when I
that's
did
fun.
all of that. So I'm pretty.
What's your business?
I run a speech therapy business out of
Oh,
my
I see.
house.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
For parents especially, right? Yeah, that's really great. How long have you been in town?
We bought in 2021.
Oh, okay.
4 years.
Nice. And where'd you move from?
Originally, I'm from Rhode Island, but we lived in Worcester for a few years before mine. Yeah.
Nice. So I know Sandra from Workshop 13. Is that how I know you from?
I think that's how we met. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
It seems like we've known each other in our past lives.
I think so. It really kind of feels like that. She's just like, I know her.
Yeah.
I know her. So yeah, Workshop 13. You were at the gallery. I think that's when I first met you.
Wow.
So I already know if you have questions to throw out.
Yeah, Apparently I'm a joiner. Say yes and not everything for workshop 13.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah.
So the process is that I will take your letters and then attach something to that letter and send it to the selectman's office, and then they will vote. I don't even think they have a meeting this week. I think they had one
I
last
have
week.
no idea.
Right,
I think
so
they
they
have
don't
one
have it
last week.
tomorrow,
That's very nice.
but we have to get it in by Monday, and then, next Thursday, they, will appoint you.
Great.
I don't see, you know, we have to, right, I don't,
And
yeah.
then they'll have to come in and be sworn in by Lori as well.
Yes,
And you
they
have to
do.
come in and be
then you
sworn
have
in
to
by
do
the
the
town
ethics.
clerk.
You have to do the ethics background, and you have to
Oh.
do,
Yes.
what else? There's another one.
So there's an online course that takes about a half an hour. It's easy peasy. It tells you, I'm not gonna say what I wanna say, you know,
I've done it for the police department.
The conflict of interest.
the conflict of interest training that, so if you work at school, you probably have to do it. You did it for the police department, so, right, you just have, we have to do it every year.
Every 2 years.
Is it two? It feels like every year. It's probably because I missed.
Besides workshop 13 and being a joiner, I just wanna, do some humble brag about my acre of land. I have turned it into a pollinator, habitat.
Awesome.
My front yard is all meadow. It's amazing, the life that I see there that it's brought. My backyard, I put in this pondless waterfall for a water source. So I have a stream for, all the, pollinators. And I went in Joyce's Facebook friends with me, and basically all I post is stop spraying, save the pollinators, the birds are disappearing, and it's on and on. So this conservation committee is a really good fit for me. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Commission. Commission.
Not committee.
Both
Not
of you said
committee.
We're a commission.
The what?
We're a commission, we're not
Oh,
a committee.
You're not a committee, you're a commission. I didn't know what you were saying.
So weirdly, there's a difference, like a committee, yeah, there's different, yeah, it's a, whatever,
Okay.
but we're a
Commission.
commission. Yeah,
Conservation Commission.
so you would be a commissioner.
I'm a commissioner. That sounds
I
very.
know, it sounds really official, doesn't it?
It's a conservation commissioner, yes.
Well, wait till you look at the regulations and then you're like,
You know, I asked James to describe me a couple of weeks ago, and, my partner, and he says that, first thing he says, well, you're a friend, love all pollinators. That's what he led with, that I have a love for pollinators.
funny.
I know.
So I will warn you ahead of time. The rules are pretty stringent, so even if your heart's in the right place, you love pollinators,
Oh, yeah.
you want to make sure that the best care is done for the land. Sometimes our hands are kind of bound, and there have been times where, you know, sometimes it's like the law allows people to do things that we might not agree with, and just a heads up that you can't stop everything in the name of butterflies. It's just the way it goes sometimes. So.
So one of the things that we, as a board, Karen's somewhat new, but she's seen this in action, is that we're not, you would know this about me, you wouldn't, we're not an authoritarian board. We are, what is the problem that you have, let's find a solution to work together. And then, you know, how can you do your project within the limits of the law, so it has the least amount of impact to, you know, the wetlands and waterways and critters and anything else. But the regulations were not written really to protect anything. It says that, you know, the interest of the act cover protecting water, because we're protecting our drinking water, floodplains, that kind of thing. But anything that really goes beyond it is somewhat secondary. We can find ways to protect it, but it can't be explicitly stated that I'm doing this because I wanna, you know. We often ask, if an applicant is doing something, you know, what we'll say is, you know, would you mind putting in, like in the back field, would you mind putting in, you know, wildflowers or whatever? You can always ask, and if they say no, that's fine too. We can't, there's certain things that we can't force, but you can always ask, and as long as you're nice
And suggest.
and suggest, people often are like, yeah, sure, you know, or no, I don't wanna do that.
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah, sometimes we get no, I don't wanna do that, but most people, they know that they're coming to us with a project, and there's some give and take. They
Yeah.
want us to approve it and move
Yeah.
their project along, so if it means putting down some wildflowers, most people are amenable to that.
Yeah.
yeah, and actually, most people probably prefer it at this point. I mean, there's very few people who would make a stink about, you know, we're not draconian in our suggestions, we just
Right.
really want to, you know, be able to make the project work and not impact the wetlands as much as we can. And then Ms. Corinne is our fearless administrator.
I'm here for 6 hours a week.
She's here for 6 hours a week.
6 hours a week.
So, but, I mean, we
Usually
don't
what,
get a
Wednesday,
ton-
Thursday?
We don't get a ton of phone calls. I mean, you're not like
Not really.
swamped with that kind of thing, no.
Every once in a while, somebody will call, but.
It goes in cycles.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit easier when I worked here. I figured it out.
So I'll need information to get in touch with you to keep you up to date on what goes down.
It's a volunteer position, there's no pay, there's no stipend, so if you're looking to get rich, it's not.
If you're looking to get anything, it's not here.
Well, and you know, on the plus side, this is probably one of the boards, commissions that doesn't get constantly trashed on social media because nobody pays attention to us.
Fly under the radar, and we're okay with that.
We're sort of under the radar, and it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Yeah? Right, I mean, I guess there's training that, the best training is in, the spring. What is it, March?
Mark.
MACC, the Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commissioners, has its annual conference. And so for the first year or two that you go, you would take the foundation courses. And then it's a one-day thing, so you get 2 foundation courses. And then after that, you get to take some really pretty interesting workshops that are relevant. You get to pick out of, 80, I mean, there's a significant amount of workshops available, so some of them cover the coastal region, some inland, all different types of topics. It's great. I really like going to this thing.
Well,
It's-
good.
Yeah.
Me too.
Is there something coming up for the fall, though?
There is, in fact,
I
a
thought it said
class
some-
that I need to take for my foundation is in the fall.
That's what I thought.
There's
So I have
also
to get them
classes
registered
throughout the
too.
year, held in various places, or are they online?
Let's see, I did 1 at the conference, 3 at the conference, 2 I did online, 5 I did online. So I've done half, 4 I haven't done yet.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's one is online.
we never were able to take them online before, so
Okay.
that's, since COVID, that's like a
The nice
bonus.
thing is that they send you all the documents, so you can have them and look through them. I have a binder like that, with everything, all the classes that I've taken so far.
Very nice.
So I can go back and look at it. So that's
Yeah, I
nice.
work 2 days a week, so I have,
Do you have the regulation manual?
I do, it's in my binder at home.
Okay. So I think that's the one thing that, when they come on, if we would order 2 new.
I also have to get them registered, so I'll need their information to put them on.
The thing is that
Right.
when we looked at it to order it, it was ridiculously expensive. So I just printed it here because all we pay for is the ink, the paper.
Oh,
So I just printed it here in 3-hole punch and stuck it in the binder.
oh, that's not a bad idea. Okay.
So I can just make another 2 more copies and 3-hole punch it and get it.
Yeah, we'll just have to get binders, right?
The regulations are changing right now significantly. I sat on a massive statewide Zoom It was one of the emails that MAC sends out to all of
Right, I
us.
saw it.
And they are trying to eliminate barriers for renewable energy.
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah.
And they are,
They pushed that through at the state house, right? That's already gone through.
so I'm not really sure where this particular thing, there's a couple of tiers on it. So there was a period where we could, offer input. But I think that window's closed. It was like when I went on vacation. One of the things, and it was a certain industry that must have been lobbying like crazy. So there was an industry, I wish I could be more specific, that is allowed, and it wasn't just solar, but they're allowed to work in buffer without a permit. But they have to
Not in the
go.
wetlands, just in buffer.
Yeah, but you can work
Yeah,
right up to
yeah,
then now you're impacting the wetlands, so I think
Right.
that's whatever, anyway. There's a few restrictions on that, I'm not really sure if that went and flew, or if that was legit, but they were trying to eliminate barriers for renewable energy. We have problems with, personally, I have problems with some of it, because they're already pretty draconian in their behavior, as we've seen in town.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm kind of aware of the challenges we have with them in the past.
So-
We've talked about it.
They want to, so the state has created, and it's not implemented yet, but it will be next year, for renewable energy, a single permit that's issued by the town. That's what we're gonna do. So if, let's say we have a solar project come to town, which I'm pretty sure we won't, because we do have bylaws, which may or may not be outdated. The planning board and conservation and anybody else who would issue a permit, and I don't think there's any, the electrical inspector, would issue a single unified permit, and you have to do it in 12 months. The pushback, the problem with that is what they often do is they come with a half-baked, project. It's not complete. And then they're like, clock is ticking. And we're like, well, you still owe us X, Y, and Z. It takes time to review the project to identify that they're missing the information. Oftentimes, we need to get it peer reviewed if it's really technical. That's gonna take another month. And then we say, oh, well, you're missing all of this stuff. So I'm not really sure where the boundary comes in, when the clock actually starts. And they claim that the clock starts once all the information is in, but there's always a battle over what that means. So it's gonna be an interesting,
Is Scott Mansfield still the electrical inspector?
Yes.
still is, yeah. So the electrical, the building inspector ultimately would have to issue a permit to build, so maybe that's all inclusive between the planning board special permit. Anyway, there's some changes that are going to take place, and we're gonna have new, regulations.
Okay.
You could probably replace pages, so.
Corinne, when you get your regulations, just email them to me, and then I'll tell you which ones.
Do you know about when?
No, it's not gonna be for like another 6 months before those regulations change. We'll get notified.
All right.
But in the meantime, you
I'll
learn
keep
the
an eye
old
out.
ones. You know, as per project, and if you have time and you wanna look at additional stuff, but honestly, when a project comes in, look at the regulations, we can show you where to look and what to read, and then that way, that will help you make a decision on the project. Yeah,
They're great helpers,
Oh, yeah.
both of them.
been doing it for like a million
You've been here
years.
for a while.
My kid's gonna be 20 years, 20
Really?
years. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No,
I
I'm
had
not.
no idea.
It's really bizarre that, like, time flew.
Wow.
I'll be here 10 years in January.
You, really?
Yeah.
You don't look like you're old enough.
10 years in January.
I will be 1 year in a week.
Nice. That's excellent. haven't had a huge turnover. I mean, Richard was on the board for a long period of time.
Yeah, Richard, we had Otto. for a
Otto
while.
was on for a,
The gentleman who was leaving as I came on, he was a police officer,
oh, Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, Scott filled in for a few years anyway, at least 3.
But that's about it.
Yeah. People stay on. It's not a bad way to volunteer and get your community. Yeah,
I think it's a real big thing.
okay.
Most of the meetings last about an hour, hour and a half, 8:30. When we did have the large scale solar projects, it could go later to 10 o'clock if, you know, as a heads up, if you guys need childcare or anything like that. Some of them for the larger projects can go late. But we haven't had anything like that in a while. But it's always possible that it starts up again.
Start 8:30, yeah. Even if we had a big project, we try to get out. If there's multiple big projects on the agenda, then it's,
I think the latest meeting we've had since I've been on is 9.
oh, yeah, that's not bad.
most of them are like 8:30
Yeah,
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah. All right.
which is much better than the selecting.
Well, they have way more on the agenda. I mean, they have to go over
Yeah,
so much.
and this isn't televised like
It
It
is.
is,
Mhm.
yes.
the, right now?
Yep.
Yes.
It is. Oftentimes, we're on Zoom. If we have an applicant, then we'll, you know, put everything up on the screen, but today, we're just being televised, low-key.
Change your mind?
Couldn't vote on that.
It's fine.
They only zoom in on her.
This, is that on now? No, right now, those
It's not.
cameras are operating, but when we do Zoom, the owl is on, and then they use that.
Right up here, the thing right up.
Right here.
Look.
Oh, yeah, she's.
Right in the middle.
yeah. But that's not on right now. That one's on and that one's on.
No,
Oh,
So I can go back and watch myself.
You
on
can.
Yeah,
TV.
you'll be on YouTube.
or you just don't.
Probably adults.
You just don't. Yeah, any questions? Okay.
Looking forward to the challenges, reading all the regulations.
Good time. Good time.
Good read.
It's definitely good
I
reading.
might get more sleep, pick up lessons on there.
Exactly. Exactly. How to sleep. It's not a bad idea. I've been having trouble sleeping too. Maybe I should break
Go
out the
through the regs.
regulations. Riverfront, that'll confound it. Yes. All right, well, I am gonna send those letters out tomorrow. And, we're just gonna continue with our meeting right now. You can stay, you can go.
No, I'll say.
All right, so we have bills.
Bills. Yep.
We used to be closer together, like Corinne now has to like,
Well, she can sit here, she doesn't want to.
oh, you could.
No, we'll have a full, it'll be full back there.
Full desk, yeah.
Full back there.
All right, local IQ, can I have a motion to pay local IQ?
Make motion to pay local IQ in the amount of $25.08.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye, Philip Woodford.
I, Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce Ihawker.
Put an extra pen over there.
I've got a fat marker.
Sharp.
Do you have an extra pen in your drawer?
You can have, there's no drawers, but
We
you
don't
can
have a
take the
drawer
pen.
anymore.
You don't have a drawer in there?
There's no drawer. No, I don't know what they did.
And I don't have any keys anymore.
We used to have all of
Thank
these
you, Corinne.
No,
pens
because
up
this one
here.
does not have, I might have one in my
Yeah.
purse.
I have,
Oh, maybe
Might.
they. You could stick
I
them.
might have one.
All right. Bring your own pens.
No, I'll make sure we have extras.
Thank you.
I got one in here. We're good.
All right, can I have a motion to reimburse Corinne for 1074?
Make a motion to reimburse Corinne for $10.74 for a mailing on July 16th.
I second it.
All in favor?
I, Philip Woodford.
I, Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce Ihawker.
Corinne, did you get your petty cash put together yet?
I'm working on getting together with Dawn to do that.
Okay, she's out this week.
Yep, we've been like passing. I will definitely get that done when she's back.
All right, I'm looking for house subtotal. Can I have a motion to pay Valentini Land Care LLC?
Is this separate than Tim expenses, or are they both together?
We could just say them at the same time. They are separate, but it's fine.
You sure? All
Yeah.
right. Make a motion for Valentini Land Care in the amount of $435 and Tim O'Brien expenses in the amount of $728.82.
I second it.
All in favor?
I, Philip Woodford.
I, Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce Ihawker. Look at that, there are more plants. Cardinal flower. Panicum. Virgatum. Common name. There's a cardinal flower. Oh, he's got a whole bunch. Monarda. Hydrangea. Pacera. Physocarpus. Opulifolius. And a rhododendron.
I know rhododendron and hydrangea.
The other ones I don't. Lucy Stone Park was donated to the Conservation Commission at some point, 60s. And it sat and it grew multiflora rose and poison ivy and vines and all kinds of invasives. And they used to mow the top section, that's flat. At one point, Ken Lacey had put in a magnolia. And Tim O'Brien is somebody that used to be on the Conservation Commission for a number of years. And he retired once we got some money from CSX indirectly. And he took that money and has been working ever since. That was like in 2016 or 17.
It's right when I started, so, yeah, 2016.
So, yeah, for 10 years. So he has pulled together volunteers to get rid of the invasive. We all planted plants, we've done stuff. And the
Boy
park
Scouts
has
for Scouts.
changed just dramatically. And now there is a massive pollinator garden at Lucy Stone. If you've ever been, we made signs a couple of years ago. I did the signage along with, anyway, there's tons of stuff at this little tiny, I mean, it's a tiny little park. It's right on the river and there's two sections. One side you can put your canoe in, the other side you can put your feet in. And you've never been?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's
Okay.
awesome.
All right.
It's
It's awesome. So, all right, so one day you and I are gonna go. Will you just bring your little beach chair, stick it in the stream, and we can just like hang out?
Oh, my goodness, yeah. That sounds great.
Nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Cool off, a nice hot day.
It's a nice little park along the river. Not every town has a river, so it's nice that we can kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
use ours for a little bit of recreation, different types of stuff.
Absolutely.
And the wildflowers are really, it's spectacular. It's really, it's chaos. It's utter chaos in a really good way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you like pollinator gardens.
Yeah,
you'll
this is
enjoy
it. Yeah, it's really spectacular. And they keep on expanding. They're putting in a new trail right now. There's one across it. Just, there's so much going on
Yeah, no,
in that little spot. Yeah.
wonderful.
All right, payroll. Do we have all three? Can I have a motion to ratify payroll?
Sure, make a motion to ratify payroll for week of June 29th through July 12th in the amount of 276.03,
Yeah,
July 13th to the 217.20,
yeah,
July 27th through August 9th, 2/23/08.
I second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye, Philip Woodford.
I, Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce Ihawker. That. Old business. Do we have any mail?
Actually, we do.
Oh.
So this is your technology. This is just this.
Oh. Packham Land Trust.
That's all yours.
New board members. Well, Packham's in Brimfield, right?
I thought it was in Sturbridge. On Route 20? Or Charlton?
I know they had an office in Brimfield at the Hitchcock Center at one point, but they could be in more than one place, like
Okay.
their main office could be somewhere.
I thought there was a piece of
You know?
land open to the public on Route 20.
Oh, they probably have they have a bunch of land,
Okay.
you know, all over the place, just like the same as like East Quabbin Land Trust has land all over the place. They bought 10,000 acres in 10 years. That's their goal. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Good for them.
All right, here is. Tim has his money. Okay. Anything else?
Minutes.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you. I know we totally
which
missed
are
that
attached.
because
I'm like, no, I forgot.
we started. Yeah, that works.
Did we ever get the remainder?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
And it was spectacular.
Awesome.
It wasn't even just like half-baked. It was so thorough and so good. It was like, what were you waiting for?
Mhm.
It
It was.
It was, it was really, it was, I'm like, that is what I'm talking about, yeah. So Norman did it, the older gentleman
Mhm.
pulled it together and, yeah, it
Great.
was beyond what we needed, honestly, but I'm glad
Good to
for
hear
it.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, he went the extra mile. All right, can I have a motion to approve the minutes for, let's start with July 1st?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of July 1st.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye, Philip Woodford.
Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce Ihacker.
Motion to approve the minutes of July 8th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye, Philip Woodford.
Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce Ihacker.
Excellent.
Fantastic. I think that we're all set, so could I have a motion to adjourn?
What's this one on the top
Oh.
of the agenda?
Sorry.
987 Little West Road.
Oh, okay. I can tell you about that, sorry. I got an email before we went on vacation, all of us, from an engineering firm that said Little Rest Road, this house on Little Rest Road, which abuts the solar project, by the way. They have a failing septic, and their house needs a certificate of compliance.
Okay.
Two separate things, but that's what, so first I heard this is failing septic, and then they said they needed a certificate of
Is this
compliance.
a new house?
No, it's been there for a while. It's, no,
So they just never came and done it?
they never came and got it. It was like, you know, yeah, old. So they, I went back and forth with the engineer, and I'm like, if you're, you know, if this is an emergency failure, just have the Board of Health write us a letter, and then we can issue an emergency permit. I'll just let you guys know that. Only if, a higher authority, we can't just make our mind up and issue an emergency permit. It has to be the Board of Health, and it has to be for health and safety reasons that we would issue an emergency permit. Like, we would skip all of the rules and just say, get this done, and then do your paperwork later. So if somebody's septic is failing and they're living in their home, that is an emergency, they need their septic. And, crickets. So I reached out again and asked a bunch of questions, and I'm like, if it's not failing, then, and you need to do work on it, like sooner than later, then you should at least file an RDA with us. And the guy asked if you could do that too, so there was some back and forth going. And I'm like, yeah, you know, our next meeting is today, and, you know, so we exchange information. I never got anything, and I also said that if you are doing that, you're gonna open up the area that we're gonna check, because the septic was the piece that was, of the property that was near, the wetland. So that was the work in the buffer, and they pulled out a notice of intent for that.
An old notice.
An old notice of intent, so back in the day. So they needed a certificate of compliance, and I'm like, you're not gonna be compliant if you open it up.
Right.
So you might as well go through the process, redo your septic. Once the grass is grown in,
We'll come back.
we'll come back. But you
All right.
need to, but we agreed that he needed to file. And then there's been nothing. And then I got a note from the engineering firm, from this other, you know, the secretary, I'm assuming, who said, you've never called the applicant. How come you didn't go out and do, you know, issue the certificate of compliance? And I'm like, and I just resent the email that, and then I hadn't heard from them at all since then. So I have no idea what's going on.
So they might still have a failing septic system, or
They-
they possibly have done it already?
They could have done it already.
Okay.
It's not the end of the world, but, I mean, they started the process, as long as they put stuff up. Anyway, so that's that story.
Okay.
I got a call also, I should say this, from Mark Stinson. He gave me an address, and he said they have an open septic system, they have an open pit, they have something, on Little West Road. It was right around the time of this, but he gave the address. Ding, 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 ding. Sometimes things click. They gave the address of Mr. Easley. That Mr. Easley has a big open pit on his property. Well, Mr. Easley is somebody who frequently calls us with complaints about neighbors and infractions and things, a lot. A lot. And, so I'm like, I wonder if that's just like revenge from like a neighbor just calling him, because who's gonna just have an open septic pit in the first place? And It was just sort of an odd thing. I'm not gonna drive around Little Rest Road, because he gave me like 2 or 3 addresses. And I'm like, how am I supposed to check on this exactly? I'm like,
Right.
who called? What exactly is going on? I'm like, I think I might let that just sit until we get another phone call. So it could have been that Mr. Easley was calling these other people. But they were saying the open pit was either on Easley's property or on somebody else's.
Okay, so you think it's possible that Mr. Easley called on someone else and they mistook it for being on his property?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that sounds more
That sounds
plausible.
more plausible than, but then I thought, oh, maybe like somebody's just doing a little, like,
Yeah,
because
tit for tat. You called on me.
you called on me like 17 times last week and I'm tired of it, so here you go.
Either is possible.
It's
Or it's possible somebody has an open cesspit.
It is, but if it is, then it's really a Board of Health issue,
Yes.
more than a conservation issue, so, yeah. Unless it's, in the buffer, and then it's still a Board of Health issue. So, anyway, I've left. I'm usually really good, but I was going on vacation, and I didn't follow through with that. I was like, you know what, I'm going on vacation. The whole board was on vacation at the same time.
I ejected all of this stuff out.
And
I
it
totally
just
forgot it.
went out. We're back. It's, see, with you guys here, when we leave for vacation next year, you guys can run the show.
Yeah, hold down for it.
Or maybe we'll plan better,
Mm.
something
Not
like that.
all of us will be at the same time.
Yeah, we'll adjust our meeting accordingly. I mean,
I just wondered how how I get a vacation. We're gonna go there.
You just say I'm out.
No, for me, I have dogs and
Oh.
cats and fish and it's hard to get away.
Mm.
right, exactly. Dog sitter.
Easier said than done.
They're not easy to come by.
It is not easy to come by. In fact,
Really?
I have to go and dog sit a friend's dog on the way, go feed the dog. Yeah, good times.
I just call him the dad of the cat, so did you go over to the And so then he gave him the dad.
No way.
We just opened up the window.
Oh my gosh. Really?
I'm so sorry. So he's on my list right now. My stepson's on my list.
Wow.
Luckily, it was in the same room where Jim broke his nose and there was blood all over the carpet, which I'm replacing, so it's like, okay.
This
now we
carpet
got-
was out the door anyway, this is
Yeah.
just one more reason to get rid of it, but that's really awful. Oh, the poor kitty. Wow.
But he's alive. He was the snot for the first couple of days. I think he was mad at us when we were gone. Every time I walked by him,
Well, the cat's alive.
cat's like,
Oh, all right.
Well, then who's not?
everybody, the animals that the cat brought in.
Oh, I thought I thought you lost the cat.
Oh, no. No, we brought in.
Oh, you have
birds
a
and-
cat, you have a cat door.
No, we had a window that we leave open sometimes, but John left it open and wasn't at the house.
Yeah.
So the cat brought in all of his little friends.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Different story than I thought you told me.
Yeah, I know. I thought you had like lost the cat. Oh, well,
no.
that's it. That's kind of fascinating. Yeah, we used to have a pet door where it read the chip, and then our cat could come in and go out. But our cat would bring in sometimes dead animals, which are problematic, but sometimes live
Oh, yeah.
animals. And so, like a mouse, they're easy to find and catch, but the chipmunks are fast as all get out.
Yes.
I've had quite the experience with that.
And the birds.
We had 3 chipmunks and 2 bunnies.
Oh, you had bunnies! Holy moly! And they're like chewing everything. Oh my gosh, you could have had a house fire with those things.
Yeah. So we had 3 chipmunks and 2 bunnies.
Wow.
And then several dead birds.
Mm.
And one animal that I didn't recognize what it was.
I'm just glad dogs don't do any of that. Thank goodness.
All right, we need a
Thank
motion.
goodness.
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Second,
all in favor?
I feel good.
I, Karen Dusty.
All right, Joyce Ihawker. Thank you.